Stop. Do not do this. Are you seeing a New York City apartment for under $1,000? Run. This is a scam 99% of the time. We are going to show you how they steal from hardworking people and how you can actually find housing without losing your money. A checklist and a list of verified websites are already waiting for you in the comments. Write New York and I will send you the link personally in your messages. Now, let me tell you what you absolutely must not do if you want to avoid falling for a scam. Do not send money before viewing the property. Never pay reservation fees or application review fees up front. If they ask for money just to show you the apartment, it is a scam. Do not believe the keys by mail story. Any story about an owner who is currently abroad and promises to mail the keys after you pay is a classic trap. Keys are only handed over in person. Do not pay via Zelle or Venmo. These transactions are impossible to reverse. A legitimate rental agreement requires a certified check or a wire transfer to a company bank account. Do not be fooled by the price. If a beautiful apartment costs $1,000 while neighboring units cost $3,000, it is not luck, it is bait. There is no such thing as a free lunch in New York City. Do not sign a fake contract. Without verifying the owner's identification and checking the address on the city department website, you are simply renting thin air. Let us see what New York City offers for $1,000. I have reviewed the current listings and we have exactly 11 options. For example, here is a listing for $800. But keep in mind, this is the price for the first month of rent only. After that, the owner raises it to $950, and that does not include utility bills. Let us look at the conditions. There is a small, old bed in the bedroom, and the only window has a massive iron grate. It feels less like an apartment and more like your own private cell. The kitchen here is completely worn out, yellowed cabinets that are barely holding together, and a stove from the last century. There has been no renovation here for decades, yet this is considered a full living space for that price point. However, for the same amount of money, there is another option, a condo. These are private apartments in modern complexes. The conditions here are much better. A fresh renovation, a clean kitchen, and often the building has its own gym. But there is a different catch. For $1,000, you are not renting the entire apartment, but only one room. You share the whole unit and common areas with strangers. The comfort level is higher, but there is zero privacy. Here's the bottom line. How do you actually rent a place instead of just looking at pictures? Here is the essential strategy. Where to look. Stick to verified resources only. If you are looking for an entire apartment, StreetEasy and Zillow are your best options. If you are looking for a room in a condo or a shared apartment, Spare Room works best. Forget about random advertisements on social media. There is far too much garbage and fraud there, credit history, and guarantors. In New York City, having money is not enough. Landlords want to see your credit score. If you have just arrived and do not have a history yet, look for options where you can negotiate with a larger deposit or use professional guarantor services like insurance. These companies will act as a co-signer for you with the landlord. Speed is everything. Good options disappear within 24 hours. You must have all your documents, such as your passport, bank statements, and pay stubs, ready in PDF format on your mobile phone. If you see a place and you like it, send your application immediately. Otherwise, someone else will be living there by tomorrow. And now for the most important part. If you have found a place for $1,000, it does not mean that this amount will be enough. In New York City, there is a rule called the 3 cashes. First, the broker fee. In that same apartment with the window grates, there is often a broker who might try to charge you 15% of the annual rent. That is another $1,800 just for opening the door for you. Note that according to the new Fair Act, you should not have to pay this fee if the landlord hired the broker, but scammers will still try to trick you. Second, you must prepare the first month of rent and a security deposit immediately. This means that if you only have $1,000 in your pocket, you cannot rent anything. To start, you need to have at least $3,800 in cash. Without this amount, they will not even let you cross the threshold because there are 10 other people standing in line behind you with money in hand. Do not look for housing with your last bit of money. New York City does not forgive that. Did you know about these massive broker commissions? Write in the comments what you think about this. And to find no-fee options and avoid paying middlemen, take my checklist of verified websites. Write New York City in the comments and I will send you the list personally.